Hello everyone, this is Dr. Abhishek Soni from the Department of Pharmaceutics. Today we are going to discuss tablet coating as a part of the film coating processes and material used in film coating. The coating process is the important step in manufacture of modern pharmaceutical tablet. The coating itself can serve several functions. It can strengthen the tablet, control the release of active ingredient, improve its taste, provide color, make it easier to package and handle, and protect it from moisture. Sugar coating was one of the earliest methods to develop the coat tablet and is still practiced for the some products. Other methods include fluidized bed coating, dry coating, and the most widely used method for the pharmaceutical and nutraceutical industry today is the film coating. Basic film coating equipments. At the heart of the modern film coating facility is a coating pan or a drum or a spraying system. Also required is an handling unit and a dust collector and associated control. Depending on the application, humidifiers and the dehumidifier may also be necessary. The modern coating pan is usually perforated rotating drum that is housed within a cabinet. Cabinet provide the mean of the controlling of the environmental within the drum, that is the temperature, pressure, air flow rate and rational speed of the drum. The film coating process being with the loading of the batch of the tablet into the coating drum. These are heated in a stream of flowing air, and the time allow for the dust to settle and steady temperature of the outlet air to be reached. Typically it's 40 to 46 degrees Celsius. This usually take a 15 minutes only. The spray gun within the drum are then activated to create a fine mist and the coating solution that dries as soon as it reaches the surface of the tablet. As the water or the solvent evaporate from the mist, it leaves the solid behind to form a thin film. The secret of a film coating is very similar to the spray painting. This is a similar like as a spray painting. It is the best spray lightly the evenly so that the successive thin coating are allowed to build up to create a robust dense layer of the surface of a tablet. The time taken to achieve this can range from a few minutes to the several hours, and the governed by the particular characteristics of a coating material as well as the process parameters such as the drum speed, its temperature, pressure and spray rate. Spraying and distribution. The first requirement during the coating process is that the coating suspension must be distributed evenly in a tablet bed. To do this, the spraying gun are used. Most often these are atomized that use compressed air to atomize the coating solution or the suspension. There are the three common atomizer guns. Type 2 types are 2 port, 3 ports and the 4 ports. The simple 2 ports gun has one port for the liquid coating solution and the other is for atomizing air. The only control available in the 2 port gun is the pressure of the air on the one port. With a 3 port system, the atomization and the spray activation pressure can be controlled independently, which allow the spray width to the controlled. Within the 4 port gun, 3 port are for of air and the one for liquid, and these allow the independent control of the activation pressure, optimization pressure and the spray width. Now the spray rate film coating process. Monitoring the spray delivery rate, it Crucially, especially in the aqueous film coating of the variation in the spray rate during the coating process can lead to the several problems such as peaking and the sticking, orange peel effect and the erosion, all of which are caused by the overwetting of the tablet. The spray rate or apply rate of the coating solution is usually controlled using the peristatic pump. This type of the pump is allowed to accurate control rate which depend only on the tubing size used in the pump and the speed or rotation of the pump. Now, spray gun and position and its setup. The several spray guns may be located in a coating drum, and each one of these must uh, set up properly. To get a required spray width, it is important to optimize the gun to gun distance and gun to bed distance. If the gun are the too close, the spray width would be narrow, resulting or to uniform coating. Conversely, if the gun and the spray width is too wide, there would be a overlap of spray area. Some spray may hit the non-targeted area such as the door or the drum wall. This result in a wastage of a coating material and may lead to the problem such as picking, sticking. Ideally, the spray pattern must meet the tablet surface and cover almost the entire tablet bed. Before starting the spraying process, it is important to set the gun correctly and carry out validation of the sprays to make sure that there is a minimum variation between the gun. At the start of the operation, the spray rate should be checked for each gun and recorded. The gun should be adjusted if there is a variation of more than of 10% in the spray rate between the each of the gun. During the coating process, the percentage in the drum should always be less than the inlet air pressure. Therefore, the high negative pressure must be avoided to ensure that some spray is not lost by the air exhaust port. It is important, therefore, to keep the check on the pressure within the drum during the coating operation. At the same time, a positive pressure in a drum must be avoided as this may cause contamination of the environmental when the drum door is opened due to release of dust particle and hot air, both of which prohibited by GMP. Process parameter to observe during when the setting up coating machine and during the coating process. Automation air press, bed size, bed temperature, drum loading, when tablets are first loaded, check broken, capping and chipping tablets, do defect occur when the drum is first loaded or when rotated, exhaust temperature, gun to bed distance, to gun distance, gun nozzle, inlet temperature, negative pressure in the pan, RMP of the coating pan, solution preparation, spray gun calibration, spray rate and tablet quality. Now the material used in film coating. This is an important section in a film coating. There we have different type of the material we use in a film coating. First is a film former or a polymer. Second one is a solvent system. Third one is plasticizer. Fourth is colorant, or fifth is a applicant extenders. First is a film former or a polymer. The vast majority of the polymers used in a film coating, the polymer should form a clear, non-tricky, mechanically sting film. It may be enteric or non-enteric type. Example for the non-enteric coating: shellac, cellulose acetate phthалate, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, polyvinyl acetate phthалate. Example for non-enteric coating: hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, ethyl cellulose, povidone, sodium carboxymethyl cellulose, methyl hydroxyethyl cellulose. Now, solvent. Solvent are used to dissolve the polymer. The example of solvents are ethanol, methanol, isopropanol, water, chloroform, acetone, methyl chloride, phenyl lactyl ketone, chlorinated hydrocarbons are used. The selection of a correct solvent is essential. The solvent should have rapid drying rate and should be non-toxic. Now the plasticizer. Plasticizer act as by reducing film brittleness. They provide elasticity and flexibility to coat. They are used to modify the property of polymers. Plasticizers are simply relatively low molecular weight material. Plasticizer break down polymer-polymer interaction. Example: glycerol, propylene glycol, polyethylene glycol, phthalate ester, citrate ester, triestine, castor oil. Colorant. They are used to enhance visual appeal of the product. Colorant are also used in identification of the product. Inorganic colorant and natural colorant are used. Example: sunset yellow, tartrazine, erythrocene, iron oxide yellow, red and black, titanium oxide, talc, erythrocenes, riboflavin, and caramines. The light shade of concentration of the colorant should be less than of 0.01%, and for the dark shade the concentration of more than of 2%. This is the main point. So if you need light shade, then you have to use less than of 0.01% of concentration, and for a dark shade you have to use more than of 2% of concentration of same colorant agent. Applicant extenders. They are added in a formulation to give a more pastel color and enhance film coverage. Example: titanium oxide, talc, aluminium silicate, magnesium carbonate, calcium sulfate, magnesium oxide, etc. Now, flavor and sweeteners. They are added to mask the unpleasant odor or the taste. For example, aspartame, various fruit spirits, water soluble pineapples, flavor extracts, etc. Surfactant. They are added to solubilize insoluble ingredients in coating. Example: span, twin, etc. Antioxidant. They are added to solubility a dye system of oxidation and color change. For example, oximes, phenols, etc. Antimicrobials. They are added to prevent microbial growth in coating composition, especially in case of aqueous cellulic coating system. Example: alkyl isothiazolinone, carbamates, and benzothiazoles. These are the different types of material used for film coating. After that, we are going to study enteric coating of tablets.